Oh, hello. Okay, so we're going to practice some conversational English today. I'm just going to spin a wheel of topics and I'm going to pick several ones that I kind of enjoy talking about. And I'm going to kind of try to emphasize certain important things through mimicking my behavior and pay attention to my face, pay attention to my hands, pay attention to the elation in my voice and the kind of contraction in my voice. Okay, so there's a lot going on in conversational English because we don't just want to get good at linguistics, we want to develop the whole character, the whole sense of character in conversational English. So you're developing a holistic sense of confidence rather than just this, yes, hello, how are you? Like this very mundane, straight, average kind of English. So, desserts. Something. I like chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding tastes amazing. I have chocolate pudding after my dinner. It's something I really look forward to. It gets me excited. It tastes really good. Dessert. Sometimes I like to have chocolate biscuits. I like chocolate anything, to be honest. I like everything that has chocolate in it. Chocolate tastes good. Really good. I really enjoy chocolate. When I eat chocolate, my face goes like this. Chocolate is great. Pets. I have a dog. He's a very loud dog. And sometimes he scares the neighbors. And sometimes I wish he would calm down a bit. But it's just in his nature to be very defensive and very secure about his environment. Very territorial. Very protective. And a lot of dogs are like that. Some dogs are more shy, are more playful. Some dogs are very, very strict, mean, and aggressive. And I also had a lot of pets growing up, and I missed them. I really missed them, you know. I had birds, turtles, hamsters, several cats, and a couple of dogs. And I had, a lot of good times with them. And it really hurt me and made me cry and made my heart ache when they passed away. I do miss them. Holidays. Holidays. I enjoy going on holiday because when I work a lot, I feel like I need a break from all that work. And it's something you can look forward to and plan and meet a lot of people and talk in English. Talk conversational English. Holidays, I like to go to the beach. I like to sit and get a tan. I like to sit back and get a good tan. Sometimes I like to go to a more greenery place, a more mountainous place, a more foresty environment. The beach is not always that nice. Generally, where you were born, what I've noticed is we all like the exotic polarity to our environment that we're born into. I come from Ireland, so it's very rainy, mountainous, and it's very green with a lot of farms. So I like large beaches, jungles, big blue, hot, open skies, tropical climates. And people from tropical climates love Ireland, which is cold and stormy because it's a different experience. And we as people love experiences and love holidays because holidays offer a spontaneous break in our day-to-day work life, our kind of mundane, I have to do this, to do this, to do this. So we like to go on holiday and relax. Hobbies. Everyone has some kind of hobby. My hobby used to be everyone has hobbies. We all have different hobbies. When I grew up, I really loved video games. That was my hobby. I loved video games and it was my passion. It was something I just loved to do. And I like to draw and read and paint and listen to music. These are all hobbies. Some hobbies can be more a lifestyle, and some hobbies can be a passing of time, depending on how much you enjoy the hobby and how much you can invest time into the hobby. My favorite hobby right now is making videos for you. And my favorite hobby right now is meditation. Even though meditation has been a big part of my life now, daily routines. We all have a daily routine. We as human beings have routine and habits that run our life. And we try to make a routine comfortable. So when I wake up, I don't just get out of bed. Sometimes I think about my dreams and reflect, but sometimes I'll breathe and meditate and get myself feeling good to get out of bed. Sometimes I have to rush out of bed, so my daily routine shifts and is unstable. But my routine is usually getting up, meditating, and then I'll get breakfast after my meditation. And that's a routine I've been doing for a long time. It's a habitual pattern. It's a routine. I'm doing it continually. It's stable. It's perpetual. So that's a routine. And then in the morning, I always go for a walk after I do a little bit of work. And that's something I do habitually, routinely, daily. So that's a daily routine. And if you think about your daily routine, you'll find you're doing something a lot of the time at the same time every day, the same interval, same continual interval. At 11 o'clock, maybe that's when you have lunch. Maybe that's when you listen to some music. Friday, maybe you go out for dinner. So there's a lot in our daily habits we can do. Family. My family. I have one sister, two brothers, a father and a mother. So that's my family. My mother is family. Family life can be difficult. It can be hard. It can be good, especially on holidays. We can meet up and get together, but a lot of the time it can be difficult living with people for a long, long time. But family can be great, a great connection. You can have a lot of cousins, a lot of uncles, aunts, grandparents. So my parents' parent is my grandparent. I don't have a grandfather or a grandmother. So in the family, you can have many sisters and many brothers. You can have many cousins, many aunts. A cousin and my mother's sister, my mother's brother, my father's sister and my father's brother are my aunts. So those are the females, and my uncles are the males. So that's my family. The uncle are the males. And we also have godfathers and godmothers. So these are elected, chosen people to be our guardian. And this is a kind of a religious culture in Ireland to have a godfather and godmother, which are like the protectors, the extra help in the family. I am an uncle because my brother has a child. If I had a child, my brother would be an uncle and my sister would be an aunt. We can have struggle with our family and we can love our family, just like everyone in life. But with family, it's more difficult because with family, we're dealing with people who we know and lived with our whole lives. So we don't just show one nice character. We kind of know the whole persona, the whole experience of the person, which can be good and bad and is good and bad. There's never a perfect person. So we always have difficulties, but we can love our families, and we always usually meet up at holidays and Christmas time, at Halloween, on birthdays, celebrations. Funerals is not so much a celebration, it's more of a gathering to remember someone. For me, Christmas time is a big celebration in my family because we all get together and share gifts, and it's a great time. I enjoy it. A time I don't enjoy is Halloween. Halloween's strange in our family. You'll notice, every family is different. We all like and dislike certain things. It's just the way it is. We all travel at some point in life, and the big important thing with conversational English is we can communicate to the various English speakers across the world. When I'm traveling, I like to go alone. I like to travel alone and be alone and meet brand new people. Usually, I travel to cities and then I'll take a hike out to the country. For example, I was in Spain and I visited Valencia, but I really wanted to visit the mountains, so I went to the south where there was no real big cities, and it was a great time to meet the locals, because in the city there's such a multi-diversity of people and culture that if you really want to experience when you're traveling the more dynamic or the more core culture, you often will find it in smaller towns. You will find it in little smaller countryside places where the culture seems to not be so caught up with the modern world. The modern world influences firstly, the big cities. So when you travel to a big city, you will find a lot of the culture, but you won't really feel that immersion that I'm in the culture, I'm there in bigger cities, because it's more modern, it's more diverse. Whereas if you go to the smaller places and the little towns and the old farms and the places people generally don't go, you'll find all of that old culture, that old accent, that old rituals, the festivals. You'll find all of that in smaller towns. So I love to travel to smaller places. I don't generally go to big places. So if you're coming to Ireland, a lot of people just go to Dublin, but I super recommend going to the west of Ireland, much more culturally embedded in the roots of Irish history. You'll find beautiful landscapes, beautiful stories, history in the west of Ireland. Dublin is amazing, but it's so different now. It's such a different world, isn't it? Different world.